What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this Resident Evil tutorial. And today it's going to be Leon Kennedy. Yeah, baby, the kind of ultimate character for Resident Evil 2, at least in my book. He is the iconic Resident Evil 2 character. He is Resident Evil 2. So I'm going to start off with Gilliman Flesh to get us started here. Straight from the pot with a character brush, of course. Now, I'll just prop the lid open so I can get to it. Not much flesh on him, just his face pretty much. No, I don't. Well, he might have some fingerless gloves going on there, some fingerless glove action. So we will honour that, which is good in a way because it's less to worry about. It really is. So Leon Kennedy, right? So there is his flesh done, or at least as much of it as I can see to do. Right. Next, I've decided to do his main uniform, which is the largest area on him. And coming in with contrast paint, ultramarines blue, undiluted, straight from the pot again. And I'm doing this next rather than the white of his like his underclothes or his under shirt thing there, because white will be applied secondary, because the white will have to go on top of the blue. So for now, we're just going to pop this on in an undiluted manner. And undiluted as well because, and I do remember this correctly, Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 2, it was his first day on the force. So he's like a rookie cop. So his uniform will be pretty spanking. I might give him brown boots as well, actually, because he hasn't got his black ones yet. That would be kind of cool. Like he's making do with some brown ones. He's got till his uniform issue ones arrive. So I'm just going over pretty much most of him here. It is the majority colour on Leon Kennedy, so I'll just carry on with that. Just down to the sleeves down here and here, because the rest of it will be white. I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so next I'm going to attempt the white, which will be game color Arctic white, because it's a nice white. It's nice and pure and it mixes quite well, thinned down with some water. Now we're going to be going in on his arms. I'll start with the character brush, because it's not just this area that we've got to look at here for this. We've also got to do writing. So yeah, so at this point I'm just going over a very light primer. It's almost indiscernible. We've got to get it done, got to get it down. So the white probably is going to be the most, this is going to be the most tricky part of the tutorial. Just making sure to get all the white parts in. We've got to do, we'll come in later and go over his like black armbands, which are pads, elbow pads. So I've got to move the model in a way that I can get to the back of his elbow. Let me see I mean, this is going to be the easiest part of the whites as well, so you know, we've got to bear that in mind too. Yeah, so when that's done, I will come in with a detail brush and I'll go over the writing, the RPD. I'll attempt it with my character brush here, which, as I thought, is not the easiest thing in the world. RPD, Raccoon Police Department. That's what that stands for. The star badge on his back. You can see how tricky this is. RPD, Raccoon Police Department. Yeah, I mean, I should have gone in with a detail brush, but so it is that part, and there's another RPD on the front, which I will do, and a couple of other areas on his shoulder pads, on his sleeves there. So I will come back once that is done. Okay, now coming in with some Abaddon Black, which is going to cover the hair and his armbands. I'm not going to do his boots black though, so that does mean we'll have to come in later again with Abaddon Black after I've done the boots. But as you can see, I've done the white to as near damn it as I can. So I've watered it down with a bit of water, and I wanted to get his hair done anyway because he looks kind of weird with this white light hair that he's currently got. Leon Kennedy is a youngster, so he got jet black hair. Well, he has them, as in my game. Of course, you can do whatever colours you want. He just looks a little bit better getting the hair done. I want him to look pretty good because Leon Kennedy for me is the poster boy of Resident Evil 2. As I've said, he's like iconic, so there we go. So I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna wash my character brush out now before I come back in. His elbow pads here and his gloves here. Alright, on both sides, so I'll come back once that is done. Right, as you can see, I've done the arm pads and the gloves as well. So as I said, I'm not doing his boots black. I'm doing them in a snakebite leather, which will match Claire Redfield's boots as well. So kind of complementary characters. So straight from the pop. Like I say, my narrative for this is that he hasn't had a chance to get his full uniform sorted. It's his first day on the force, remember, so his boots didn't arrive in time. So he's having to make do with these brown ones he's got. That and the other reason I want him to have brown boots, of course, is because I want them to stand out against the black base that he will have. So there we go. So now it's time we come back to Abaddon Black here for the base. This is what we're going to be working with because the boots are now nicely dry. It was lunchtime, so I was able to go away from the desk and let the previous stage dry, which was the boot. So that's good that I've got this nice drying time here. So it covers. This plastic is strange. I mean, I've washed it, but it's not the easiest to cover sometimes. So you've got to go quite thick with the paint for it to cover properly. I'm just pulling down some of the tack that's holding the base on, so I can, really get at it here. So I will probably come in with a second coat of that when that dries, just to be absolutely sure. Okay. Right, I don't know if you can see here, but I've also taken the liberty of putting some Abaddon black on the studs on the top of his jacket there, and I've done the black belt around the middle. Now I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting on the outfit. I'm going to use some Adolf Guard blue. That's a Citadel paint there. I don't know if you said it's a bit dark, but it's Adolf Guard blue. And I'm going to come in and I'm just going to do a few highlights. So just like the tops of the pockets at the back here, if you can see here. On the sides of his legs, he's got these like pocketed areas here. And on the back here, I'm just going to run my brush along the edge of this top panel, like so. And there's a couple of areas that just stand out a little bit from the others. A couple of lines. And on the back, he's got a couple here. You can see that. On the front, top of the knee, going up. Like so. I don't want to do too much, but just look around the model, pick out any areas you think you might want to put some highlighting on. Okay, so coming in with some Corvus black now for Leon's gun, and I almost missed this. It's one of those details that for me is easy to forget because it's so small. But how could I? It's he's pointing it right at you, and then you look at him head on. But there you go. We'll get this gun done here, like so. It's just a straightforward handgun. Not particularly powerful. Fairly straightforward. There we go. Now I am going to come in with some Null Oil So non-oil next. Now just for the white bits on his shoulders, like so. And I just need to mop some of that away. I don't really see the value of coming in with too much non-oil on his white sleeves, although I will do a little, make it look a bit more like he has at least taken it out of the bag before and put it on. And there we go. Now Leon Kennedy is finished. So now all that remains is for the drying to take place, and then I will seal him with a matte varnish. But that's Leon Kennedy. Thanks very much for watching. Remember, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you on the next video. And if you want to see a mutant, or the G virus mutant or whatever, or the Birkin Stage 3 mutant painting tutorial, I'm probably going to put them on Patreon. So if you want to check out my Patreon campaign, you will find them on there. The G mutant and the Birkin mutant stage 3. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye bye.